पंडा गेस्ट जॉइन कलेनी
सर सर just after 1 minute we will start our webinar.
पंडा दिल्ली आउटे जॉइन करिया चाहछन केम कोन
सर सर मान सर जो कॉलेज रो ग्रुप रे मु से जो लिंक टा छाड़ी छी से खाली लिंक टे क्लिक कर दियंतु पासवर्ड मांगले 1 2 6
1 2 3 4 5 6
गुड मॉर्निंग
एटिके इको हो जे तुम मान टिके पाखा पाखी बसछु बोधे इको कहीं हो जे हेलो
हाँ 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 एबे होची
ना ना एबे नहीं अपन माने टिके so now we can start the meeting.
Okay. Good morning all for being connected with Digital Academy. On behalf of Philosophy Department, I Subbalakshmi Sethi welcome you all of you. So I take this opportunity to introduce our chief guest with our participants and this state level webinar on the topic Post-Corona Human, a Philosophical Perspective. So I welcome you, Honorable President of the webinar, Professor Doitari Rao sir, Principal of SG College. Now I would like to request Professor Rao to inaugurate the webinar. Sir. Hello, Principal sir. Are you there?
Hello. Good morning to everybody who are taking part in the webinar organized by Department of Philosophy of SG College. On this auspicious occasion, I'd like to welcome Professor Pattapavan Das, Assistant Professor and HOD, Ravenshaw University. I welcome all the participants present in this webinar, and I would like to request Head of the Department of Philosophy, Ms. Subbalakshmi Sethi, to introduce the guest and carry out the webinar. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. Once again, welcome you to all. And now let me introduce our guest, Patitwabana Das, sir. to the participants. Okay, let me just briefly overview about his
Okay, sir, some comment.
about him. So Dr. Das is currently working as assistant professor and HOD in Department of Philosophy from Ravenshaw University. You know, Dr. Das is a very scholar with a very good teacher also. He has done his from JNU New Delhi, and he did his PhD from Ravenshaw University. He has more than 25 publications in national and international journals, and authored more than 5 books also. Now I would like to request my colleague organizing secretary Litu Narayana sir to introduce the theme of the subject.
Namaskar sir, respected principal sir and Patithavan sir. With my very limited knowledge, I have to perform a difficult job, that is to introduce the topic of this webinar, which is quite significant work. Man is a complex rational species, has been thought of in various ways by various types of thinkers. For Aristotle, man is a rational and social animal. For Gandhi, a man is a moral being, and for Tagore, the image of God. For Hobbes, man is a nasty and an egoistic being, harmless and self-improving creature for love. In this way,
Hello.
the list is
हाँ
found
हाँ
to
है
be
ये
long.
हम afternoon ଆସିନେ
Practically, we all know that man is sometimes optimistic and sometimes pessimistic. Man most heroic and often very much fearful. Man most knowledgeable and no less stupid. Man neither fully honest and nor fully dishonest. We all know about us very much. Above all, man is a knowledge seeker and knowledge lover, for which subject like philosophy came to existence. This species, man so far proved himself to be successful in the struggle for existence in spite of many hurdles on its way. One such hurdle is occasional pandemics. Pandemics are not new to humans. Man had witnessed many such as plague, cholera, leprosy, Spanish flu, AIDS, etc. The latest and strongest one is corona, which has crippled the daily life of man. The optimistic man stood united before it, and in course the fight against it. Man has learned many things. Man has become interdependent and more connected than even before. The call is for countries to come together for a true global action plan become successful to great extent. All is not over yet. We have to learn much more. For this, one of my most dynamic, lovable teachers is here as the chief speaker, Dr. Patithavan sir. He will positively enhance our knowledge by his speech on post-corona human, a philosophic perspective. Thanking you all. Now I over it to our Honorable HOD Ma'am, Sibalakshmi Ma'am.
With this word, we welcome you, sir, and it's a great honor to have with you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Subhalakshmi. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Please continue.
Esteemed principals are Dr. Daitari Raut, esteemed all the colleagues of the college, the organizing secretary, the organizing committee, my lovable students, Subhalakshmi, Lituna, and Lipsa. I'm really very happy. And in fact, any teacher will be very happy when he sees that his students are flourishing like anything. So I always believe that this college, the department of this college is my college because all of my students are working there. So this is really indeed my privilege to be here and share my thought on a very contemporary issue, which all of us are facing today. So please allow me to share my slide with you. Okay. So is this visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it is clearly.
Okay. Okay. So good morning, everyone. And the topic on which I am going to speak today is post-corona, as Subhalakshmi has already announced, post-corona human of philosophical reflection. And let's go. This happened one day, a country called China and a province called Wuhan, from where this deadly virus exploded. Everyone knows this. This is now a old news that this corona has started from Wuhan, China, and slowly this virus, spreaded everywhere, all over the country, all over the world, very fast, very steadily. We, with all the precautions, all of the countries, they took very strict precautions, measures to curb this, but no one could handle, and this corona virus could intrude each and every nook and corner of the world. So it reached everywhere. It reached to our country also. And all of a sudden, we are thrown to a new reality. Some days back, we could never imagine that this type of situation will come to us. We will face this type of situation. But all of a sudden, it was faced to us, thrown to us, and a new concept comes to us. That is called lockdown. We have never heard this concept, lockdown. Everything was locked down. Our airports, our railway stations, our bus stations, the roads, shops, everything was closed. And a new concept was called lockdown. And then we are advised this. And this becomes order of the day, that we have to maintain social distancing. In fact, not social distancing, they were saying that physical distancing. So we have to maintain 2 meters, at least 2 meters physical distancing, right? And people started to say that this is not simply physical distancing, but this is also social distancing. Why? Because all of our relatives, all of our friends, all of our well-wishers, they are close to their home. They don't dare to come to us, visit to us. So it's a kind of social distancing also, in name of physical distancing. And of course, this happened. Social distancing became the order of the day. And social scientists, philosophers, they started to term this, name this as new normal. In many meetings, in many webinars, in many seminars, people asked me this question: when normal again, everything will be normal? When again anything will be normal? And initially I was saying, and everyone was saying, might be it's a matter of 2 months. And I can remember in March and April we had shut down and lockdown. And at that time we were anticipating that after 2 months or 3 months, everything will be normal. But now we can understand that normal will not come again. This is again another new kind of normalcy it has come to us. And philosophers and social scientists, they are calling this as new normal. This is something different kind of normalcy. right? And what is that new normal? What is this? So first question we have to ask, what is this, the nature of this new normal? And the second question we have to ask, how do we know this? Means, what is this corona? First question. What happened to this world? What is this? And then the second question is, how do we know that there is a corona? This is another question we have to find out. And let's answer the second question first. How do we know that there is coronavirus, and this coronavirus is so deadly that it is going to kill us? How do we know that, in fact? So this is really a very interesting question. Okay, how do we know something? It's not about corona only, it's about how do we know something? And as a students of philosophy, anyone can understand this is a question of epistemology, knowledge, modes of knowing, right? And we have one very important modes of knowing that is called eyes of faith. We know many things from faith. We believe it. There are many things in this world we have not examined. There are many things in this world we have not experienced, but we believe it. We have a tremendous faith on it. And we work upon, we live our life on that faith. And this is called eyes of faith. But this corona, what this corona has done, this corona has destroyed that eyes of faith. These eyes of faith were crushed mercilessly by this corona. This COVID virus has killed that mode of knowing, has killed us, our faith completely. Whatever we believe, we trust, everything has done. Now I can remember I was going through that people started to distrust even their relatives. People started to distrust even their parents. People didn't visit their parents' house. They started distrusting themselves, that what if I am infected with the virus, so I should not go to my parents' house. Even my parents need me, I don't go to my parents' house because I even don't trust myself. Who knows, I might be infected with the virus. So my faith has been completely crushed, destroyed. There is another very important thing about faith, no? And here is a man, a German philosopher called Nietzsche. And whatever we believe, this faith has a very religious kind of sanction, because we believe on God. We believe on God, we have faith on God, and therefore many times we believe and we are very solace, we're very confident that nothing will happen. Why? Because God is there to help us, God is there to save us. So that is what is called faith. God is there to help us and save us, nothing will happen. I have seen many uneducated people, many poor people living in countryside. They live only on faith. They don't have money to buy house. They don't have money to buy healthcare insurance. They don't have money to visit doctors. Still, they are carrying on. They are living their life only on faith. The faith is that we will not suffer anything. We will not face any problem because God is behind us. God will help us. God will save us. So this is what is called faith. What happened in this corona? This faith has been crumbled down. This corona simply has not done it. Before corona, much before corona, this man, Nietzsche, a German philosopher, very interesting philosopher, actually destroyed the faith on God, our faith on God, Nietzsche. And what he said? In 18th century, Nietzsche declared that God is dead. We killed him. God doesn't exist because we have killed God. Now, the moment what Nietzsche said, the moment we started believing on science, we killed God. We killed the idea of God. Because science and faith, this science and faith, they are contradictory to each other. So if you believe in science, you have to disbelieve God. And you have to believe, if you believe on God, then you have to disbelieve science. And Nietzsche said, much before that, he said that God is dead because we don't believe anymore on God, on the idea of God. Why? Because we have trust on science more and more. And therefore, we have killed him. We have killed God. So this is Nietzsche. So he declared, God is nowhere. Who will stand? If you have some problem, who will stand with you? Who will help you? He is nowhere. God is nowhere. But very surprisingly, there is a man from India. When Nietzsche was declaring in Europe that God is dead, God is nowhere, during the same line, same time, in fact, on the same day, this man from India was declaring in Chicago, America, that God is now here. So Nietzsche was saying that God is nowhere. And Vivekananda on the same day was declaring there in America, Chicago, said, God is now here, I can show you. So here, now Vivekananda was trying to restore the idea of God, to restore the idea of faith. Faith. But today, all gods are locked. Thanks to Corona. And unfortunately, Vivekananda is not there. On that day when Nietzsche was saying God, Nietzsche was killing God, Vivekananda was trying to save God. Today, Corona is imprisoning all the gods, but we don't have any Vivekananda to restore it. Because today, we have more faith on science and the state more than God. And I'm also very, to see it, it's really very surprising that God is so impotent, God is so weak, that he could not do anything, even he could not visit his own devotees. He is afraid of IS collectors. He is afraid of the state. So all the gods are closed down, locked. These are some of the pictures after Corona. Now, when you see these pictures and you saw it in reality, these are the pictures, but you saw it, almost every one of you present here has witnessed this. Your village temple, where you every day go to him, ask him, beg his blessings, that he will help you. Now he is closed. Now, will you not doubt him? A very simple question. That if God is powerful, if God is so powerful, omnipotent we say, then how is it that God cannot open his own luck? He is closed down. And this Corona whatever it has done, it has killed many people, very sure. It has killed many people in this world, but it has also killed another important factor. What is that? That it has killed completely our trust on God. Any rational person, any rational person will ask this question, that if God cannot help Corona, only doctors can, then why should we worship him? Forget about that. Even if God cannot open his own temple for people, and we have to take help of IS officers, then why should we worship God? We should worship IS officers. Our logic will say this, isn't it? So Corona has actually killed a very important human nature, that is eyes of faith. It has killed that. Completely it has killed that. Now it has made us skeptic about religion. And another modes of knowing is called eyes of wisdom, vision. And that is given only for very selected few philosophers, seers, sadhus, eyes of wisdom. So our eyes of faith was completely destroyed by Corona, and our eyes of wisdom has never been attained. This higher kind of knowledge, this higher kind of wisdom, which is only given to some selected sadhus, seers, philosophers, that is not, available for common people. So eyes of wisdom is also not available. Eyes of faith, which once upon a time was available, is now not available, destroyed. So what is left for us? How can we lead a life? What is left for us? Yeah, eyes of wisdom we could not attain. So what is left for us? Only helpless reason. So we have only reason, rationality. And on that basis of rationality or reason, we started bargaining with everything, hopeless bargaining. We started bargaining what and how. Everything we started bargaining to match, to manage. And therefore, perhaps now managers are at very highest importance. Managers are, in our academics, in our society, MBA people, managers, commerce people are at high demand. Why? Because they are good at bargaining. And this is the age of bargaining. Because eyes of faith are gone, destroyed. Eyes of wisdom has never been attained. So what is left? The left is rationality, and rationality is known for bargaining. Who can bargain? Right? This is how the society now, today's society continues. And if this happens, then we have to ask this question again. Why is this? Why this Corona has come to us? No astile heinatanta. Why is this? Possible answer one. And in fact, many people have given different kinds of answers. Many of my students also asked me this question. So why this Corona has come to us? It has destroyed all these things. Our career, our future, our 1 year class, everything has been disarranged, disarrayed, everything. Why did it come? Possible answer one. Some people would say, this is a usual process. My beloved student Lipna also said in his introductory speech that this is a usual process. Many pandemics come. This is a natural process. They come. Plague, this, that, come. So Corona also comes. There is nothing surprising here. Nothing. So many people would say, they're called natural anthropologists. They would say this is a usual process. SARS came, plague came, cholera came, many other things came. So similarly, corona also came. Nothing to worry. First question. And our most important and powerful community, scientists, they would say this is scientific. Because this is a virus. And the virus, when it gets stimulus, it will be exploded. That's all. And the viruses are there. Different kinds of virus are there in this world. And whenever they get some stimulus, they are exploded. And it is just a cause and effect relationship, nothing else. So this is possible answer 1. And all these answers, variants of answers, come from one source, scientific source. Scientists say like that. Okay. So why did it come? They would say, why are you saying why it come? It comes naturally. Why means what? Possible answer 2. Some people also said, might be some of your relatives or people from your village, they might have said like this, wrath of God. They would say, because the God is very angry. And this is a kind of act of punishment. People have done lots of sin, no? Lots of sin. People are very bad. Lots of sin. So God is trying to punish you through corona. Are bhai corona kyun? Aur kuch de do. This is an act of punishment. And many people say like this, ye to hona hi tha. Jaise karoge, aise bharoge. If you are doing all these, dishonesty, this, that, then the God is taking punishment. God will take lots of punishment to you. And corona is a measure of punishment. And many people also say like that, this is a form of capital punishment, hanging, When a terrorist does something, what do? We punish him by hanging. Isn't it? Breathlessness. And this is also one form of hanging by God. Breathlessness. You cannot breathe properly. But the God's hanging doesn't have a rope. It kills like that. This is possible answer 2. Okay. Possible answer 3 also. This is similar, but not dependent on God. Said, illegitimate human interference in environment. Now, environmental scientists are at the fore. They would say, look, because human are illogically, restlessly, what they are doing, they are interfering with the environment. They have destroyed the environment completely, and therefore, environment, because of the disturbance of the environment, it has come to us. And this is because of human apathy to the environment. Many people say this is a side effect of development. And in fact, in internet, you will find BBC has given released a very interesting video on this corona. And it tries to show how this corona is a result of the development process in China. And on other people we are also scolding like that, human greed, eating the non-eaten. But thanks to corona, we could understand what Chinese eat actually. Before it, we didn't understand what Chinese eat. They eat frogs, they eat snakes, they eat everything, whatever you can find in this world, they can eat everything, non-eaten. So eating the non-eaten. And it is said that because they were eating bats, and from bats this has come, or many other things, whatever. And there is another theory also, that is called conspiracy theory. Many people say that this is a creation by China, political conspiracy, and because China wanted to become superpower in this world, and therefore it has created in its laboratory, and then it was spreaded to all over the world. This is called conspiracy theory. So there is a conspiracy. China has done it. But all over this thing is that human beings have done something wrong, and therefore corona has come. So corona, the cause of corona is human being. So first answer, possible answer 1, this is a natural process. No one is cause of it. Nothing is cause of it. It's a natural process. First answer. Second answer is God is the cause of it, because God deliberately wanted to kill you, therefore it has sent corona. And the third one is human beings. Human beings are the cause of corona. So these are 3 answers, possible answers. But then I found this in the internet. You might have also got it. History of pandemics, right? And I have made it a synoptic view. In 1720, we had Great Plague. In 1820, we have cholera. In 1920, we have Spanish flu. And 2020, it is coronavirus. Now, this picture actually speaks many things. One, it supports the scientific view that this is a natural process. It is nothing new. Many things, other things also have come, like Spanish flu, cholera, Great Plague have come in the past. Now corona is coming. So this is a natural process. Nothing to worry. So it supports the scientific view, and it rejects, no, not rejects clearly, but it is silent about the second view. But I was asking this question. You might ask this also. Is it a sporadic event? The question is this corona a very particular event? Nothing to worry about, it happened, it will go, no problem. Is it a sporadic event? Scientists would say that yes, this is a sporadic event. Okay, it comes. There are many other things also happen in this universe. So there is no logic, no intentionality, no rationale behind it, right? And it comes from an attitude deliberately for Greek civilization. It goes to the Greek civilization. They believed, some of the Greek civilization, scientific community people, they believed that the universe is a chaos. There is no logic in the universe. There is no rationality in the universe. Things happen. Many things in this world happen. And you cannot say, why did it happen? Who did it? Nothing. You cannot say. These are all things. There is no logic in it. Now, most of the scientists believe in it, that this universe is a chaos. There is no rule, no logic, no rationality behind it. The universe is just a chaos, aimless universe. Okay, this is one kind of answer. But then I ask the question, why, if there is no logic, why, let's go back to that picture again. Hey, can you see the picture?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, thank you. So let's see again the picture, and then ask this question, that if everything is aimless, everything is unintentional, everything happens out of any rule or principle, then why all the pandemics come exactly after 100 years? Look, 1720 Great Plague, 1820 exactly 100 years cholera, exactly 100 years Spanish flu, and exactly 100 years again coronavirus. Why exactly 100 years? It could have been 2019. It could have been 2021. but exactly 2020. As if someone has made a calendar. No? Just like we also make our calendar. In the next week, on Monday, I have a class. We take a calendar, isn't it? Because we make a plan. We have an intention. And because we are intentional, therefore we make a plan and we maintain a calendar. And if this happens actually, is it the case that someone is maintaining a calendar and with all plan and purpose, it is making this pandemics exactly after 100 years? This is a question we have to ask now. Okay. And this question, as if someone does this with all planning, that exactly after 100 years, one kind of pandemic will come, and this pandemic will kill many people, will leave many people, as if someone is watching us, like big boss watching us and doing everything, isn't it? And if you are successful in eradicating plague, if you are successful in eradicating SARS, then new virus comes, coronavirus. You don't have medicine, so you have to die. So it's just like a game, no? Next level, enter to next level, then you will find more difficulties. And someone is making that game. Someone does this with planning. But why? Why he is making this planning? This is a question. If at all, I don't know whether that exists or not. But this logic gives us that might be there is a grand design. Might be, I don't know. Might be there is a grand design, there is a plan. Everything happens with a plan. Nothing happens sporadically. Nothing happens aimlessly. Everything with an intention, with a purpose. Is it the case? Then you have to understand the universe is an order. In fact, Greek philosophers used that word called logos. From logos, we have all logicums, anthropology, sociology, no? All logicums, logos. Logos means order. So the universe is an order. Greek philosophers believed that the universe is an order. Everything in this universe has a purpose, follows certain principles. Nothing happens aimlessly. Everything happens with a certain determination, certain purpose or intention. The universe is an order. And comes a modern philosopher, Spinoza, says, nothing in nature is random. A thing appears random only through the incompleteness of our knowledge. Nothing happened randomly. No? Everything happens with a particular purpose, telos, purpose. So when you believe that everything happens with a purpose or telos, with a plan, then you must believe a planner. If you think that this universe is a design, then you have to believe a designer, isn't it? And you should not accuse me that I am restoring again God. I am taking you to believe, make you believe on God. No, I'm not doing that. I'm simply, extending our reason. The same reason which actually destroyed our eyes of faith, the same reason which killed our God, the same reason cannot answer then why all these things are happening with a perfect, symphony, perfect harmony. Scientists very easily can say that everything happens randomly. If everything happens randomly, then when I was moving, why the tree is not falling on me randomly? Why it falls at a particular kind of time? So this is a very interesting thing we have to understand. And here our Indian philosophers' Puranic wisdom comes. Traditional Upanishadic Mahavakya says, Yat Pinde Tat Brahmande. Says that, look, because everything is a perfect order. So if you look at your body, nothing happens sporadically, randomly in our body. Our body has a very delicate, sophisticated, system. Is it unsystematic? Our body runs, functions with a system or no system at all, randomly. No, it has a very sophisticated system. Now, if you look at your body, that is Pinda, Yat Pinde. If you look at your body, and if you can feel the system, if you can understand the system, then you can see also the same system operates in this universe, Brahmande. Yat Pinde Tat Brahmande. And therefore, even biologists, they say if you can understand one cell, you can understand the whole world, the whole universe. Because the cell, individual cell in our body functions exactly in the same way as the universe functions. So if you can understand your body, you can understand the whole universe, and vice versa. And that was echoed in our traditional Puranas, said Yat Pinde Tat Brahmande. And that is beautifully spoken to us in a story form. What it said then? Body in the universe and the universe in the body. So that is what is the meaning of Yat Pinde Tat Brahmande. So whatever rules and regulations are there in your body, that rules and regulations are also functioning in the universe, body in the universe. So body in the universe is same as the universe in your body. And if you can understand your body, you can understand the world. If you can understand the world, you can understand the body. So everything has a symphony. Everything has a systematic connection. And this is wonderfully echoed in this. You might have heard this story, One day, this Natkhatta Krishna, this Krishna was, having some butter, stealing and having some butter. And when his mother said that, what did you do? He said, I did nothing. And then mother said to inquire that exactly what Krishna is saying, Krishna is lying or not. So Yashoda said, open your mouth. And Krishna opens his mouth and Yashoda finds that everything is in his mouth. All the universe is in his mouth. This is a symbol. This is a symbiotic picture to show or to validate that Puranic truth, that Yat Pinde Tat Brahmande. Whatever there in your body, that is there in the universe. The way your body functions, the way the universe also functions. The same way the universe functions. So that is the meaning. So what do we get from it? That body is a mini universe. And universe is the extended body. So our body is a mini universe. Because everything, all the principles that work in a universe, that is also present in our body. So our body is a mini universe. And our universe is nothing but just our extended body. So there is no difference between our body and the universe at large. No difference. And how much I have, how much time I have, Subbalakshmi? Do I have a time? No, or I should conclude?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can continue.
Okay, okay, okay. So our body is a mini universe. What I'm trying to say is our body is so powerful. You can understand that, no? Our body is so powerful because the whole principles that are operating in the universe are present in our body, isn't it? So how powerful our body is. That is the motto of this sentence. Now, if it is so, then another very important Indian philosopher comes here, says, identifying the body as the universe and the individual consciousness with the cosmic consciousness is yoga. Okay, I'll not talk about yoga, but what Sri Aurobindo said is that, so if you can understand this truth, that my body is nothing but a mini universe, and this whole universe is nothing but my body, a large extended body. If you can understand this connection, then you can do wonders. That is what the meaning is. But I am not talking about yoga. Okay. So Aurobindo said that if you can find out this connection, if you can realize this connection, then that is what is yoga. Okay. So what Corona has shown to us, this is what I was trying. Corona has shown to us this fear. Look, most of us, even the richest people and the poorest people, the most educated person in this world and the most illiterate person in this world, everyone became afraid of. Starting from politicians, the richest politician, most powerful politician, to a very common people, common person, everyone started fearing the nature. Look, this tiny coronavirus, which is not seen to our naked eyes, it is so powerful that it can kill us. And with all our scientific sophistications, scientific, technological, extravaganza, we cannot save anyone. Look. And our scientists, doctors, with all their sophistication and scientific knowledge, what they say? They say, look, we cannot save you. No medicine is there to save you. Then who will save you? You only can save you. If your body has enough immunity, then you can be saved. Otherwise, you cannot be saved. I'm sorry, टिके खाली चार्जर लगाए हैं. Okay. So am I sensible? Yeah. So Corona has shown that, look, all these external knowledge about the universe, knowledge about science, knowledge about nature cannot save you. What can save you? Your own, potency of your body, your immunity. And all of a sudden, these immunity boosters actually were sold like anything. Immunity boosters. You might have seen also advertisement of all immunity boosters, how our immunity can develop. And if you ask scientists that how can our immunity be boosted, they would say nothing is helpful. What is helpful? Be happy. Look, it's like a wheel They said that coronavirus cannot be killed or cured by any medicine. No medicine is there. Who will save you? What will save you? It is your immunity that will save you. Now, okay, if my immunity can save me from coronavirus, then help me boosting my immunity. How can I boost my immunity? Give me some medicine that so that my immunity can be boosted. They will say, okay, some external things are there, medicine is there, but they are not enough. Your immunity can be boosted most if you are happy. And for becoming happy, I don't need any medicine. Look, it depends on me only, my body only. Happiness doesn't come from outside. Happiness comes from my inside. And if happiness has this much power, which all the scientists cannot do, happiness can do that. To cure corona at this time or cure many other things. So your body is so important. But what corona has done, corona has made us afraid of nature. That don't be boosted. Don't be proud of your all scientific achievements. That we have done this. We have created this. Useless. And this is what is fragility. And corona has shown us that how fragile our life is, how fragile our body is, that it can be killed by a tiny virus. And how can you become so proud of your money, your achievements, your success, this, that? How can you be proud of? Life is so fragile. Nothing is permanent. Tomorrow you might die. A coronavirus like that, it is so small, cannot be seen to your eyes, but can kill you. And it can disturb everything in your life. So that is what is life, fragile life. And the third thing which corona has done to us is called plasticity. That is very interesting and important to understand. What is plasticity? Plasticity means our life has become more liquid-like. We have gone far from concrete things more and more. Our life has become more liquid. How it is? Look, I still remember when I was a small child, school-going child, I was staying in the hostel, right? My father used to travel at least 60 kilometers to give me some money, mess dues. So what he has to do, he has to take money there from the bank or somewhere, then he has to travel 60 kilometers to give me money. But today what is happening? We don't need money at all, right? We have a card or we have a mobile phone. Money is transferring. Things are coming without touching concrete money. So what corona has done to us is that corona has made us far from concrete things. We are becoming more and more abstract now. Everything is happening in air. That is what is called plasticity. Do you understand that now? And this plasticity will enhance again and again. Yesterday, Prime Minister of India has declared two things. One is a driverless train. Have you ever dreamt in your life that a train will be driven driverless? Yesterday, our Prime Minister inaugurated that driverless train. Look, so we are going far from concrete things. Now we will not touch the handle. We will not touch the steering of the train will move. How it will be moved? By our mind. That is called artificial intelligence. By some command. Some people would sit somewhere and speak. Let the train move now. The train will move. They will not touch the steering. The train will move automatically. Look, very wonderful, no? And yesterday, the Prime Minister also announced that there will be one card for one nation. There will be only one card. In that one card, you can go and take money. You can go and print out bus ticket, move in the bus, move in the train, move in anything. Go to hotel, go to cinema hall. One card. You just show one card, and you will go everywhere. You just imagine how much money you require to bear, you require to carry for doing this job. Had it not been there, today, human civilization is going to become more and more abstract. That is what is called plasticity. And it will continue, it will go more and more. And this corona has boosted it, accelerated it, that people should forget concrete things, should forget material things more and more. We don't need matter. We have to ignore matter. So plasticity is very important. Then what to do? Should we do business as usual? No. Business as usual will not work as it was happening. Should we go for another vaccine? If you can succeed in developing another vaccine, then might be another kind of corona will come. So you have to go for another vaccine, isn't it? So making another vaccine, making another medicine, developing another hygiene program or another scientific sophistication will not work. Not work. Then option 2. You have next option. The option is take the next step. What is that? What is that? Take the next step in the evolution. Now I must introduce what is evolution to you. And might be you might have known what is evolution, that it is said, thanks to Charles Darwin once upon a time, he said that this whole species are in evolution. Right? And he said we are the last species of the evolution process. I am not going to discuss the evolution process in detail, but in a nutshell, it is said that, look, after lots of natural selections, right, from very unsophisticated, simple kind of living organism, now human beings have developed. Human beings have developed from other species after lots of evolution and change in their body pattern. Okay. So Darwin has cancelled, rejected one theory, is that human beings are created by God. Rejected. He said human beings are not created by God. It has been created out of lots of change in their body. So from amoeba, from jellyfish, from this, from that, comes to mammals, from monkeys, from monkeys, human beings. So it's a gradual process. Species change their body patterns to attain or address a larger kind of hurdles in the nature. So when there is a change in the nature, we change our body pattern to cope up. Our body has that much power. It can change itself according to changing situation. So when there will be an adverse situation, our body also changes itself. Our body has that power to change itself. Okay, so that is what is called evolution. And man has become the product of this evolution. This is Darwin. But then an Indian philosopher, very important Indian philosopher, again Sri Aurobindo said, but the evolution is not complete. The evolution is still there. And what is that? And the human beings are the latest product, but it is not the last product. Human beings have to change again. Human beings have to change again. Now, if you go through the history of human beings only, you will find, go to that back Neanderthal man, right? And to this contemporary man, you will find that there is a huge change in our body structure. Now we are more sophisticated in our mind. Our body also changing, our mind is also changing. So the next step is we will again reduce our body, our mind will take another step. The evolution is not complete. It is awaiting for another step. And that step is due to Corona now. The Corona is pushing us to make another step, to jump another step. And that is, we have to forget and ignore the material things in our world. We have to develop our consciousness more and more. Take the next step in the evolution. So option 2 is take the next step. Oh, sorry. And Sri Aurobindo said that ours is a subjective age. What is important is your mind, your thinking. Look, everything is possible now because of your thinking. Because as you think, so you do. Some years back, there is a very famous philosopher called Schopenhauer, said, will to become. I will to become. Very wonderfully, he said, look what happened. If you look at the nature, then you will find that each and every animal or insect or birds or human beings have a different kinds of traits. For example, owls cannot see in the dark. Cannot see in the day. Owls cannot see in the day. Therefore, their eyes are so, very powerful. They can see in the darkness. Why? Because look, the owls know that if they will work in the day, then crows will kill them, because crows will eat owls, kill them. They are enemies. And therefore, owls, out of their own deliberation, developed their eyes so that these eyes can see during the night, so that they can live. So this is called will to live. The tortoise wanted to be saved, protected from its enemies, and therefore it developed that body part so that when it will be attacked by enemies, the back will be so strong it cannot be killed. Isn't it? Every one of this universe is trying to protect themselves. Now, how human beings can protect themselves from enemies, known or unknown, visible or invisible? How can we protect? Human beings could not develop their bodies because human beings could develop their mind. So you can protect yourselves by developing your bodies, or you can protect yourselves from developing your mind. Human beings did that. Human beings developed their mind, their consciousness, and it could become the supreme power in the universe. Now Aurobindo says that now next step of this evolution would be human beings will again develop. The power, the mind will again develop. It will be super mind. The next step is super mind. And when you become super mind, then you can understand many other things which now you cannot understand. You can solve many problems which now you cannot solve, because your mind will become more powerful. But unfortunately, what we are doing now, we are not giving importance to that. We are giving importance to more material solutions. And if you do that, continue to do that, then you will not be protected or saved. You will be saved or protected or developed only when you will develop your consciousness, your mind, because ours is a subjective age. So Sri Aurobindo envisioned that many years back, that human beings have to develop their consciousness, their mind more and more. But somehow human beings lost its direction, lost its vision, started playing with material things more and more. But that is not real development. So the evolution is not complete. Ours is a subjective age. So choice is to take a leap. What is that? To become supermind. To identify with the cosmic consciousness. Right? That is to become supermind. Isn't it? Supermind. So this is the next step is awaiting. And Corona actually is pushing us. In fact, pushing us to take that step. Why are you not taking that step? You have all the potential to become supermind. Develop your mind and become cosmic consciousness. So Corona has come to do that, to take another step, to make us take another step. And how can we do this? Through the means of yoga. I won't discuss on that. That is also yoga. So when you become the part of this cosmic consciousness, you become, of course, that is also yoga. And the means of becoming that is also yoga. Thank you very much. This is my card. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable talk. And there are so many questions are arised.
Okay.
So many of the people are religious people in Odisha, so they asked about God and only.
Doesn't
So
matter.
I will. Okay. Tarun. He asked, some temples have been reopened after a long period of time, and we can see many people are visiting there to get blessing from their deities. So, is it right to say that COVID has destroyed their faith on God completely? This is the question.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Tarun, asking this question. But the idea is, look, most of the people who are religious, they are not rational at all. If you ask, why do you believe in God? They don't know why they do believe in God. Do you love God? Even they don't know why do they love God. Okay, they are doing it out of a habit because other people are doing it, therefore they are doing it. I don't mind them. Okay, because the idea is, look, I also say this in my class many a time. When I do many things which are not appropriate of religious kind, my mother scolds me. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? God will be very angry. God will be, God will punish you. Why are you doing this? My mother said like that. But now I asked her, my mother, that mother, what type of God you have in your mind? Is he angry? Very angry? She said, no, God is not angry. Then I said, how can he become angry with me? He is not angry. But if you do all the wrong things, then he will be angry. Then I said that if he will be angry because I have done some wrong things, then what is the difference between me and him? I am a human being. When other people make some wrong things, I become angry. And God also does that. Then what is the difference between him and I? Isn't it? So you become religious, no problem. But at the same time, you use your reason to understand why are you becoming religious. Isn't it? Many people, they are not religious. They are superstitious. So these superstitious people actually go to God and say, many people said, look, I was also watching TV when it was declared that Jagannath temple is going to be opened. Some people said, now Jaga amuku darshan debe. Jaga chahuthile amuku darshan no debaku. Jaga bartan chahile amuku darshan debaku. Oh my God. अरे जगह केतले चाहिए कोरोना तो आसिला स्टेट तो बंद कला जगह केतले चाहिए तुमको दर्शन देबे न देबे अरे जगह सही ठिया है कि टिके कहत ए रे हाउ डेयर यू तुम मो कवरटा बंद कर दूजा कोई पाइलन टिके सेठी एते लोक कांदुथिले बाहरे मु टिके देखिबी तुमको राइट दिस इज सुपरस्टिशन इन द नेम ऑफ रिलीजियन a purely religious man will really suspect on the existence of God after this corona. Thank you. Subhalakshmi tamaro subuni tame unmute kara.
Okay, sir. So next question is from Preeti Patnaik. What should be our approach toward conflict of COVID-19 crisis between the science and God? Where is the modern philosophy standing?
I said modern philosophy stands everywhere. There in the middle path, no? It doesn't believe on God, but it doesn't also believe in science. It believes that your body is very powerful. You concentrate on that, isn't it? We are becoming, we are going far away from our own body, own consciousness. That is important. And that is what is Sri Aurobindo's thought, no? That you have lots of solutions. Why can you act on that? Why can you work on that? We are not working on that. Okay. So that possibility we are not listening to. We are listening to only two options, either God or science. Isn't it? So modern philosophers like Sri Aurobindo says that, look, you have your own, system of cure. You work on that. Okay. Thank you.
Sir, another question is from Preeti Chandas. Why innocent people punished by God?
Again, why? How do you know that innocent people are punished by God only? Innocent people are punished by cruel people. Right? Innocent people are punished by cruel people or some complex people or some clever people. They are not punished by God. And if at all, and that also shows that God doesn't exist. And how can he allow this? Right? If innocent persons are punished by God, I have all dareness to reject that God. How can he do that? He is so unjust to punish innocent person. Even a barrister cannot do this. Go to High Court, they will say that even hundreds and thousands of criminals may go free, but one innocent person should not be punished. This is the principle in a High Court. And how God can punish innocent people? How is it? And if he does, then how God he is? What type of God he is? So unjust God. So why should we believe in that God? Remember, Innocent people are not punished by God, but they are punished by some clever people. But when innocent people started rebelling, these clever people again said, no, 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 we have not done anything. God has done. So they diverted your attention from them to God so that they will be saved. And it is better now to understand that if we are punished, if we are suffering either for ourselves or for some other wicked people. Let's find out them and punish them. Not God. God को काम नहीं से ऐसी तुमको पनिश करिए. God को बहुत काम होची. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your thought with us. So, I would like to request Litsa Rani to give vote of thanks.
Hello. Hello, sir. Sir, namaskar.
Lipsa, how are you?
Okay, sir, fine.
Okay, yeah. Go on, yeah.
Honorable Principal, Professor Daitar Rath, respected Chief Guest, Dr. Patita Bhavan Das, respected HOD, Department of Philosophy, Ms. Subhalakshmi Sethi, and all the participants. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks this webinar. I, on the behalf of the Philosophy Department of SG College, extend a very heartily vote of thanks to the honorable delegate who gives us the valuable time of your busy schedule. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for our principal for his work. Thank you, Honorable Principal, for allowing us to organize a webinar. Thank you, Subhalakshmi Ma'am, for supporting in order to organize. Thank you, Patita Pavan Sir, for your presentation. Thank you, Ganesh Prasad Panda, for moderating this webinar. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, Lipsa. Thank you, Subhalakshmi and Lituna. Thank you, the whole people who are there, the principal sir, inviting me for this webinar. Thank you. Do good work, good job. Love your students. Yeah. Okay then. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. This what is his name? Who did of everything? I could not
Ganesh
understand.
Prasad Panda.
Ganesh ji. Thank you, Ganesh ji. You did a
Thank you,
wonderful
sir.
job.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So he did from the curtain, no? but he is in front of the curtain, no problem. Back the curtain, no. Thank you. But his
Thank you,
name
sir.
is Godesar College. Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, actually, I had an announcement. I have uploaded this feedback link in the chat box. So I'd like to request all the participants to fill it up to get your e-certificate, and please check your spam folder of Gmail to find your certificate. Please fill this feedback form first. Automatically your e-certificate will be gone to your Gmail. Thank you.
Code guy कौन আছে?
So participants, please fill this feedback form. ଆଉ ଠିକ୍ 5 ମିନିଟ୍ ପରେ ଆମ ମିଟିଂ କଟିଯିବ। So within 5 minutes, please try to complete your form. फीडबैक फॉर्म संग संग माने फिलअप कर देबे तो आपनको जीमेल को ऑटोमेटिकली सर्टिफिकेट पळेबो आ स्पैम फोल्डर रे आपण चेक करिवे जे माने सर्टिफिकेट जाय छै कि नहीं। जदि न जाइथिबो शुभलक्ष्मी मैडम कि काकू माने कांटेक्ट करिवे सेते ब्रोचर रे फोन नंबर भी अछि ईमेल आईडी अछि।
गणेश सर
आज्ञा आज्ञा कोन
अच्छा ना
हां अछि कोन
राव कोन लिटना सर
हां 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 को ना को
जो आउ कोन अछि कि लिव हेजू
हां एता सरला त कोन करिया।
हां